Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be doing an organize and clean with me. I have a bunch of stuff upstairs that's just all over the place. So I'm going to go through and get as much done with this little guy by my side. This is our 20-month-old son, Cooper, and we are currently potty training, so he has the cutest little boxer shorts on. Want some milk? Can you say please? Can you say milk? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. So I'm starting off today in Cooper's room, and I'm going through every article of clothing in his closet. I just went to a huge kids consignment sale event in our area this past weekend, so I bought a bunch of new clothes for him that will fit him for this fall and winter. So I'm going through and making sure I get rid of anything that no longer fits him, and there's also a few things in here that are too big for him and that he probably won't grow into this winter. So I'm going to take those out too and just store them in the attic. I can always bring them down again if I feel like he's going to fit into them, but rather than take up space and us have to move them around all the time, I rather just get them out of the closet to keep things much more simplified. We use a lot of Montessori style teaching in our house, so I have this really low clothing rack for him. It just makes everything really easy for him to see and for him to access and pick out different clothing or his sleepers when it's time for bed at night. So I really like having it low to the ground, and then some things I just have to hang so that they don't end up wrinkled or ruined in his closet, and that way it keeps him a little more organized. But for the stuff that he wears on a regular basis, they're all at his level for him to grab, and I just love how he is popping out of the closet. He does this all the time and thinks it is hilarious, and he doesn't mind being closed in there even though it's so dark. He will literally close the doors completely on himself and he'll stand in there and then just pop out at us. So this is something that he loves doing, and he's doing great at keeping himself entertained while I'm cleaning everything up. So now I'm just stacking all of his sleepers along the bed in size categories. He must have gone through a growth spurt recently because a lot of his sleepers now like barely fit over his shoulders, or they're just super tight, which must not be comfortable to sleep in. I don't know about you, but I don't want to wear something that's really tight to go to bed at night. And I always put him in footed sleepers because he hates to sleep with a blanket. I don't know if anyone else's kids are like that, but he does not want a blanket. I've tried so many times. So we just go with these to make sure he's warm enough. Now I'm going through all of his tops as well as his shorts and jeans to make sure that I have only sizes that fit him currently, but I'm realizing that most of his shirts are onesies which snap, and I do typically like those. That way when we're picking him up or he's playing throughout the day, they're not like riding up his back, especially in the wintertime when it's colder and we spend a ton of time outside with him. But now that we're potty training, they're much more difficult. It's so much easier for him to just have a regular shirt on when we're trying to get him onto the potty quickly. So let me know in the comments below what worked best for you guys and just like the clothing styles, especially when you were in the potty training phase. And guys, I have to admit, I'm not typically sentimental when it comes to physical objects or things. We're not minimalists by any means, but we keep things pretty basic and simplified, and we like to declutter pretty often. But when it comes to Cooper's clothes, I get so sentimental about certain pieces, whether it's just a good memory that they bring back, or how cute and cozy he looks in different outfits or sleepers or different sweaters. But I am totally sentimental about it. So certain things, I definitely want to hang on to them, whether I make like a little memory stuffed animal or some kind of blanket out of them or something in the future. I think it would be cool to hold on to those special pieces. And now for his top shelf, this is definitely an area where things just start accumulating. I am grateful that I'm pretty tall. I'm about 5'8" or 5'8.5", so I can use and really access the top shelf in all of our closets. But here, like I said earlier, he doesn't even use a blanket to sleep at night. He hates them. He kicks them off immediately before he even falls asleep. Yet I still have like 5 or 6 of them stacked in his closet. So I'm probably going to take some of those out and put them in the attic, especially the smaller ones. He hasn't used those since he was really tiny. And I'm just trying on his different hats, going through his bathing suit, things like that, so I can clear those out and just get them a little more organized on that top shelf in his closet. So here I'm actually folding the little boxers that we bought him on this day that I was filming this video. So we are potty training. He's only 20 months old, but he's been showing signs about being ready to potty train for quite a while. And so I just started keeping the potty near us. He would sit on it once in a while and he would actually go to the bathroom on it. But we're doing a pretty gentle approach with it and wanted to make it a really positive thing. So he's been using the potty every, now and then, and we would just have it in the room. But now I'm like, you know what? I really think he's ready. Let's just try it. So we've started just leaving him without a diaper and putting these little boxers on. And he thinks he is such a big boy and so cool. And he gets so excited when he goes to the bathroom on the potty. So he did really well. And today when I'm actually finishing up this video and editing, we actually had our first outing where we went out of the house without a diaper for like 4 hours, and he did great. He didn't even have any accidents, which was amazing. I was kind of preparing for the worst. I brought like a towel for him to sit on and brought stuff to clean him up in case he did have an accident, but he did so great. I was shocked. So he is definitely ready. But right now I'm stuffing all of our cloth diapers. I'm definitely going to keep them on hand and in his closet for right now, but it looks like we are definitely going to be going without diapers more often. And if you guys are interested in cloth diapers at all or just curious about them, I recently posted a video all about our complete cloth diaper setup. We've been using them with Cooper since he was a newborn, literally a day old. We started using them. He was never in a disposable until we actually went traveling this past summer because we were gone for 10 days and I didn't have a place that I could wash them the whole time. So that was really the only time he was in disposables, and they have worked great for us. So not only are they of course more eco-friendly, they're a lot less expensive over time than disposable diapers, and they're even better for babies too, because now a lot of the diapers have chemicals and different things in them. So if you guys want to know more and how easy it is to use them, I'll go ahead and link that video for you below. And now onto some more laundry. And I promise you this entire video is not me doing laundry. There's a lot more cleaning that I do towards the end of the video. But today must have just been laundry day and I was catching up with everything. I'm not gonna lie, this pile of clothes was actually sitting clean in my room for about 3 days and I just never got around to doing it and putting them away. I just didn't prioritize it. So I figured, all right, today is the day. Cooper was doing really well, just kind of playing around as I was doing stuff. So I figured, why not go ahead and get this done so everything was cleaned up and put in the closet. Cooper, can you start the Roomba? So if you guys don't have a Roomba or one of the electric vacuums, I highly recommend them. It has been phenomenal. I was really skeptical about them, but my husband actually wanted to get one just to help me out because we have 2 dogs. One of them sheds like nonstop, and I just couldn't keep up with the hair, especially in our old house. We had hardwood floors all throughout the downstairs, and it was a really big 1-level home. So it was so hard to clean, and I couldn't stand seeing her hair everywhere. So he got me this vacuum, and we used it pretty much every single night. It would just go off on its own, and we'd empty it out in the morning. So it doesn't necessarily fully replace vacuuming with your regular vacuum, but for in between to pick things up and keep it a lot neater, especially with a baby when when Cooper was crawling and on the floor a lot more, it was super handy. So we still have our Roomba run pretty much every single night. And I feel like the dishes are just never ending sometimes. I typically don't mind doing dishes, but I just feel like lately I can't keep up with them. They're just like piling up. I think too because Cooper has certain days when he's teething and his teeth are really bothering him. He's really picky about his food on those days. So I'll make him one thing, he won't want to eat it, I'll try something else. So I end up like making all these dishes and a mess of the kitchen every time he goes to eat. So it's been just on certain days when he's definitely not feeling his best. Luckily, he's typically a pretty good eater, and I know what he typically likes to eat. But man, on those hard days, I just end up making such a disaster of the kitchen, and I have a huge mess at the end of the night to clean up. This was definitely one of those days where Cooper was picky about his food, so smoothies are always a go-to. We call them chocolate smoothies. We always do a base of frozen bananas, and then I use the PB2 peanut butter powder, as well as this Orgain vegan protein powder. It's all plant-based. He loves this, so at least I know he's getting a little bit of fruit and some good protein in his belly before bed to keep him full, because he went through a phase where he would wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and want to eat and eat and eat. So I definitely think he was going through a growth spurt, so I just try to make sure that he gets enough to eat before he goes to bed, even if it's something simple like a smoothie. And if you guys didn't know, I am vegan, and we're also raising Cooper to be vegan as well. So I'm going to be sharing a video later this week about a bunch of different recipes for smoothies, so stay tuned for that. Is it good? Now that Cooper's in bed, I'm finally going to get around to finishing my laundry and putting it away. And I didn't get to do it earlier, but I wanted to make sure I get it put away before going to bed that night. And I also have a load of laundry of my husband's to fold and put away. He's usually pretty good about doing his own laundry, but he just got back from Colombia, South America. He was actually serving chiropractic care down there this past week. So I figure why not just kind of catch up on his clothes too, and it just makes the week go that much smoother. But I've got to say, I'm so happy to have him back home. I give single mamas a lot of credit. So I had Cooper at home by myself. My parents watched him while I went into our office. So I was working in our chiropractic office, seeing patients while my husband was away. And it is hard. It is so much work. So it just makes me appreciate my husband that much more and how much he does for us around the house and with Cooper as well. So it's so nice to have such a good supportive team at home. And I definitely give a lot of credit to those single mamas out there. That is it for tonight's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you stuck around all the way till the end. I know it was a longer video and lots of laundry, but I hope it gave you guys some inspiration or kept you going as you were getting stuff done around your house. And if you guys like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new to my channel, welcome and consider subscribing. I do a bunch of cleaning and organization videos, as well as different videos on parenting, cloth diapering, natural living, and it's so much fun. I love having my YouTube channel, even though I'm fairly new at it. It's already building such a great community. It's a lot of other mamas, and it's so great to see people supporting one another. So thank you to all of my subscribers so far and everyone that's been commenting and giving supportive comments as well.